This is The Scene
on BBC Radio London
with Aurie Styla.
This is The Scene.
My name's Aurie Styla. This is BBC Radio London, The Scene. Got my next guest in the building with me, singer-songwriter Ella Frank. How you doing, Ella?
Hello.
You seem very shy.
I'm not.
Okay.
But
you got this big smiley face and you haven't...
Do you know what? It's
like,
nerves, but I'm okay. I'm good.
Listen, don't be nervous. Do not be nervous. In this place here, just relax.
No, I'm cool.
I'm not those people that go, so what do you think about Brexit and who did you vote for? I'm not gonna throw the pressure on you like that.
That's cool.
So how you been?
I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm really happy to be here. This
Nice.
is like really exciting for me. So this is like one of the first that I'm doing.
Oh, is it?
So yeah, so it's really, really cool.
Nice. So Ella, I said you're a singer-songwriter. How long have you been doing that for?
A little while, but I mean, taking it seriously, I'd say the last like 4-ish years.
Okay.
Like on a serious note.
What's the difference between serious and just, enjoying it?
Well, I didn't start off singing and writing music. I started off playing instruments and stuff. And
Okay.
I was one of those people that was like in music schools and orchestras and things like that.
Hey, that's cool. I used to
yeah.
be as well.
So I never actually thought that singing was something that I was gonna do. It was only when I went to uni, because I wasn't studying anything musical,
Yeah.
that I was like, I still need to find a way to keep being creative and enjoying music. And then I was that person that made a YouTube channel and I used to do covers on YouTube and stuff. You can't find them now.
Why? You took them down?
They're just private.
Nah, don't.
Maybe
do
one
that.
day if I blow, I can be like, haha, look at me now. But
wait, hold on. Did you take them down because you felt they wasn't that good?
no, because listen, I'm not gonna lie, I got views.
So what's
I
the
got
problem?
the views, but no, do you know? I think like it's a different time for me, and I think
Okay.
because I stepped away from music for a while because I was really in limbo of whether I wanted to do it anymore. My mental health was quite like in a bad state, I think purely because of that creative process.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't think I'm good enough, and I was just doubting everything, and it took a while for me to get back into a space where I really, really enjoyed it again.
Okay.
And I didn't, so when I kind of came back and I recently released a project this year, that was a big moment for me, for myself. And I think it was just more the fact of, okay, I know what I want to do now. I'm doing it purely because I'm enjoying it. This is something that I want to create, and I just wanted that to be a fresh
It's a healthier
experience.
space to be in as well.
So that's kind of why. So it's not that I was like, the stuff on YouTube is rubbish. But yeah, I just wanted to like start everything clean, really.
I understand that. And you said this new project you've been working on. Tell us about the project.
So I released the project at the end of June. It's called Sorrows into Silk. It's my first EP.
Nice.
So it's been a long time coming. I'm known for leaving massive gaps between releasing songs.
Okay.
So when I released a single earlier this year in April, Kettle, I was kind of like, right, if I'm doing this, I have to be consistent about it and make sure that I'm actually going to follow through with it. And then I released a project in June, which so far it's doing really, really well, so I'm pleased about that. But I think more for myself, like I'm just super pleased that I've managed to do it and get it out there and actually have something under my belt, almost like a little portfolio. Like
Fair
so
enough.
yeah, so
And Sorrows into Silk, that sounds upsetting. What's the name behind?
it's happy.
Sorrows into, isn't that
into
crying?
silk. Silk is beautiful, isn't it?
Silk is, but the sorrows bit, I'm like, oh
Yeah,
no.
so you turn your sorrows into silk.
Oh, I thought like you're
Yeah.
crying, so your tears go into like you're crying and like you got money, so you're crying into like a
Wow,
silk
wow.
handkerchief or something. That's
Not yet.
so turning your
No.
sorrows into silk.
Yeah. So it's focusing on like self-discovery and self-love and self-progression and that kind of stuff. Like when I write, I don't tend to write whilst I'm experiencing the experience, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I live the experience and then I'll write afterwards, because I feel like I have a bit more clarity about my emotions and how I was feeling then, how I'm feeling now. Not to say that I don't have any emotions towards that experience anymore, but I just think that I can make sense of things a little better. So it was only towards the end of the project that I kind of realised what it was and what it was about.
Yeah.
And the journey literally from track 1 to 6 is like my actual journey in the last, I'd say, about a year and a half.
So it's kind of it's got a story to tell.
Yeah, and I think like it's been nice because a lot of people kind of like pick out a song that they like and they'll be like, oh, this one's my favourite and this is what you meant when you were talking about the song, wasn't you? And 9 times out of 10 it's not. But I think that's the thing that I like the most. Like I try to make sure that when I'm writing it's not so straightforward.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times like you might listen to it and the first time you listen to it you think, okay, yeah, that's what it's about. And then if you listen to it a little bit more you might pick up other things. And so yeah, I think like this project particularly, I've put a lot into it and a lot of real tears, a lot of stepping away from the studio and be like, not doing it, not doing it. But you know, I had like a lot of support and I'm really lucky to say that like a lot of my friends are in the creative industry or they do something musical. So with everybody's kind of help, the project has been made. And yeah.
Who else were you working with on the project?
So the majority of the project was produced by two of my closest, Intellect and RK.
Okay.
And they're like, if you haven't ever heard of them, check them out because they are the sickest producers. Intellect is more than just a producer. He raps, he sings. He's part of a duo called Billy Dukes as well, including G3. And then one of the songs was produced by Lester Duvall, and the other one is an acoustic track which is played by Seb Chedick. So all of them I'm pretty close with. So yeah, like it was nice to be able to say that I've kind of created this thing that's so personal to me. And like my closest have kind of support me to do that as well because they've also been people that have been on that journey with me and they know what I've experienced and they've know exactly what I've gone through to get to this point, and everybody kind of knows how hard it's been for me to get to a place where I can say I'm releasing an EP. Because you know, from the outside people just see what you put out because they don't know you, they don't know what you're going through, and a lot of times you don't sit and show everybody what you're going through. So they go, oh, this is a great track, when's the next one? Oh, this is a great EP, are you releasing one next year? But they don't know how much energy it actually takes from you. Like I would be shocked if any artists, and not just singers or rappers, you know, people in the music industry, anyone that has some kind of a creative outlet, whether that's to put out into the world or just to do it for yourself, I'd be shocked if anybody says that it doesn't take a lot out of you to do it.
It does, it fully does.
And yeah, you know, like a lot of people use it as a way to express themselves. I'd actually see it as an opposite. I use it as like a closure mechanism. So yeah, it's nice to be able to say that like my closest have kind of because for me it just means that they've also put in the same amount of effort and energy, and I know for a fact that everybody has the same intention as me. So yeah, it was really nice to be able to kind of be like, yeah, we've all come together and we've done this thing and it's all great and everyone's gonna reap the benefits, and you know, like if I eat you eat kind of.
That's true.
So, yeah,
no,
so
true.
it's nice to be able to do that with like your closest people as well. So yeah.
And before we press play on your song, where can they hear the EP so far?
Any streaming platform you can stream and buy. Like, I mean, the major ones like Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Deezer.
I'm glad you said Deezer. No one says Deezer, and that's the one I use. Nobody says Deezer.
Tidal. I don't really use Tidal. Well, I don't use Tidal. Not okay. Yeah. So I mean, but pretty much on, I'd say, most streaming platforms.
I'm so happy you said Deezer. People just go, you know, iTunes, Spotify, and I'm like, yeah.
Do you know why? I think because not a lot of people. I don't know a lot of people that do use Deezer.
I think the only people I know, my people that use Deezer, all have EE. And there was a time where EE was like, EE and get free Deezer. I was like, all right, I'll do that then.
I actually remember that.
Exactly. And then from then, because all my playlists are made on there, I'm not trying to convert. It's too long. I can't remake my playlist again. That's long.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. Not that I have money, but I use both Apple Music and Spotify.
Oh, sorry, Miss Silk Handkerchief.
No, joking. Do you know, the thing is, when I'm listening to music, I tend to listen through Apple Music because I actually think it's a little bit cleaner to maneuver, in my personal opinion.
I had a problem.
I
had a problem with using Apple Music.
But do you know what it is? I think with Spotify is great for playlists. And so if I want to find new music, like just randomly, I'll go to Spotify.
Okay.
Because they have like the best playlists and they're curated like really well.
Are you thumping anything in particular on Spotify now, other than your stuff? Like who, if I was
I'm
to
not
go
gonna lie, I listen to my friends.
Oh, is it? Oh, you're one of them good ones. You're
I
supportive.
listen to my friends. Like I'm actually, like I said to you, I'm super lucky. Like my friends are dope. Like
all right, who like the ones you just said?
So Billy Dukes.
Yeah.
Dips. Oh no, this is really like on pressure now.
Watch it.
I know
your
now
friends
I'm gonna get cussed out.
Your friends are sitting there going, so what? I'm not your friend though, yeah? Oh, I couldn't get that big up.
I'm just thinking of people that have released something like new.
Okay.
Like Intellect released his own project recently, which is like a production project. Billy Dukes released their project last year, and that was like rapping as well as Intellect making the production on the project. Dips is working with a producer called Lowu at the moment, and they're like working together and making like the sickest music at the moment. It's kind of like new age garage. It's so dope.
Nice.
Who else? Senna released something.
Senna. Oh, Senna. I thought you said Sinner.
No, Senna.
Oh, Senna. Okay.
Senna's working really closely with a producer called Scientific.
Okay.
And they're slowly working on making a project. RK, the other guy that worked really closely on this project, he's releasing something soon called Ivory, which I'm also on. So when that comes out, check it out.
Nice.
But yeah, no, like my friends are dope. So like, if anybody wants me to repeat those names, hit me up and I'll direct you to the.
Well, let's go to that. Where can people follow you and hit you up?
Instagram, Twitter, everything is pretty much the same at Ella_Frank. No funny spellings. It's pretty straightforward. If you Google me, be careful because you'll come up first. What will show up is a really famous author called Ella Frank, and she writes erotic novels. It's really awkward. It's so awkward.
Yeah.
Like it's so like I had to like send a bunch of emails to Apple Music, to iTunes, because my music was showing up onto her profile page.
No.
And I was like, this is not me, guys. Like, and then she was obviously she would be receiving my royalties because if someone was buying the stuff because it was linked to her profile page, there was just a massive issue, and I was just like, no, this can't be
bet she never said that. What, extra money?
I don't know where she's from. I don't know if she's English. Like, I didn't look too much into her, but I saw the books and I was like, yeah, no. I saw the covers and I was like,
Wow.
So, so just scroll down a bit. When you put in Ella Frank into Google, if you scroll down a bit, you'll find me. Or if you say like Ella Frank music, then you'll find it easier. But if you just type in Ella Frank, unfortunately, she's more famous than I am, so she will pop up first. Yeah.
Wow.
Are you looking?
No, I'm not looking.
Are you actually looking at it?
I've got I've got something here. But do you know what? We're gonna play your song, and I'm gonna do this in just a second, right? When we bring in everybody, this is gonna be a nice little thing to say to you. So I'm gonna play your song right now. Let's introduce Kettle before I say what's on there. Kettle by Ella Frank. Tell us what's it about.
You make your decision.
Oh, you're doing that
stuff?
No,
do you know why?
All
because
right.
I really no, you know, on like not even trying to be like really like, oh, look at me, I'm an artist, but it's just I really like to hear what people's opinions are of the song, because what I've written about is totally different to anything that I've heard people say they think it's about. So it's just really nice to not have to. It's almost like making sure that there's no like unconscious bias.
Yeah.
Like I like you to hear it and form your own opinion before I've kind of said to you, this is what it's about.
We'll do that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kettle by Ella Frank right here on BBC Radio London. Let's press play. Let's go.